Hope you guys were able to listen to that suction sound and the engine struggling to run. This is not a good thing. I gotta find what's causing this problem. Hey guys, Bratty Biker here. Hope you're all doing good. I hope this lockdown is treating you all well. So I finally upgraded my mic setup, so I hope the audio quality is much better. So let's jump right into it. So my bike has not been running all that well. So it's been facing a problem called as vacuum leak. That is, the engine will start to take more air from elsewhere apart from the air filter, and this is going to make the mixture lean. And there are multiple sources of how and why this problem can occur, but most likely it is the power box pipe that's probably leaking, or it could also be some O-rings, rubber O-rings that could have been damaged inside the carburetor, or it could be the manifold not properly sealed in, or something like that. So I'm just making a series on how to fix this vacuum leak, because running lean is never a good idea on two-stroke motorcycles like this, because running lean equals running hot, and if you run very lean you can mess up your engine, that is, you can completely destroy your engine. So in this video we'll be covering on how to replace this power box pipe and also this covering of the power box, so that part can be rectified, and if you have a leak there, fixing the power box or replacing the power box will completely fix the leak and the engine would run fine. So let's start by removing both the side panels, the left side and the right side. We have to remove the seat, we have to remove the petrol tank. Before you remove the tank, make sure that you remove the fuel line that connects to the fuel filter from the petcock. So let's begin the work. Alright, so everything has been removed. So now let's shift our focus to the power box pipe and inspect the damages, if any. So this is the power box. This is the power box pipe's cover. What's beneath this cover, metal cover, is your power box pipe. This pipe is made from rubber, so there are chances of this cracking and causing leakage, and this cracks and leakages will cause the engine to suck a lot more thin air from these leakages, and this is called as vacuum leaks. And this extra air that the engine is sucked in is going to make the mixture lean, and as you guys know, lean mixture is a bad thing for two strokes especially. So let us replace this power box pipe. So we have two clamps, one here and one here, so we need to use some sort of a plier to catch the clamp, to expand them and remove them. Alright, so let's start with the top one. First things first, you have to pull down this metal pipe so that you can get access to this. As you guys can see, the mechanic has done a brilliant job. Let me show you. This makes things very hard actually. So what he's done is, this clips of the clamp has been faced inwards, so taking them out is a pain in the ass. So let me see what I can do. Now that you've got this out, what you have to do is you have to press this so that this expands, and then you have to push it down like this. So when you push it down, you will be easily able to take this off from the power box. So let us do that now. Alright, this upper portion is off. So now let's remove this clamp off the pipe. Clamp is off. Now let's remove the spring. Alright, so the spring is off. Now let's take this, do the same with the lower clamp, and then we can remove this power box pipe. And now the power box is out. So before we go ahead and replace this, we have to check the condition of the old power box hose, check for cracks or leaks or anything. But if you are getting an RX 135 or a last batch RXG with a power box pipe, I generally advise you to replace this power box pipe because usually it's rubber, so it can crack and cause leakages. So now that we've taken off the power box pipe, next we'll take off the power box and inspect it for any cracks or leakages or damages. So the power box is held by one screw. Now that the screw is off, to remove the power box, you have to pull it behind so that it comes off like this. And now we can inspect the power box for any leakage. And as you can see, there is a ton of dust here, so it's better to it's a good time to take a cloth and clean it up. So these parts have been removed. What you see in the right is the power box. What you see on the far up ahead is the old power box pipe, the two old clamps, the old power box pipe spring or the cover, the new spring, the new power box pipe, and the new clamps. So let us do a comparo between these two. Let me take them and show you. So this is the old one, as you guys can see. Another evident thing that this bike has been restored really poorly, and the owner who sold the bike to me was actually pretty well cheated considering the fact what he got with this motorcycle. So as you guys can see, this motorcycle was painted, a lot of places have this clear coats, and you guys can see a lot of evident cracks and tears here and there. But since they've clear coated it, it's not exactly visible. So the cracks have the dark thing, but again it's not visible. You cannot exactly see the exact cracks. So since this has a lot of cracks here and there, I think this is the problem. I think this would be able to fix the vacuum leakage problem. But like I said, this is a series, so I'll be making multiple videos based on the things or based on the factors that contribute to these vacuum leakage problems and make the mixture lean and the engine run very hot and other stuff that you don't want. So let us throw this away and let us now check the new pipe. So this is the new power box pipe. As you guys can see, it's brand new and no leaks or cracks or anything evident. So I think we can go ahead and install this, no problems. So let us now install this. But before we install this, we gotta check the condition of our power box. So this is the power box, or what Yamaha engineers and marketing guys called as Yamaha Energy Induction System, if I'm not wrong. So as you guys can see, again this thing has been clear coated, so you can see these paints coming off. So this just says that the paint quality is just horrible, and yeah, the guy who gave this motorcycle for the full restoration apparently has been really badly cheated on. So as you guys can see, everything has been clear coated. It's a half-assed job. The job was not done well at all. So there is no problems with the power box as far as what my eyes can see. So if any leaks or cracks are not visible to you, what you can do is you can clean this mouth up and you can blow and wait till and just observe if air is escaping. Okay, just observe if there is any air escaping and give some pressure when you are blowing. So this will tell you if there are any cracks, because if air escapes and if you lose pressure from your mouth when you're blowing, that means that the power box has some sort of leaks, and yeah, the power box need to be changed. But mine, I have checked it and there are no such cracks or leaks or anywhere, so the power box is good to go. So now we can install the new pipe onto the power box, we can install the clamps, we can install the spring that covers the power box pipe, and we'll be done. So let's go do it. Let us start by reinstalling the power box. So same way, you have to slot it in this small rubber grommet and you have to keep this here, and then you have to thread the screw in, and this will hold it properly in place. Alright, so the power box has been properly screwed into the place. Now let's install the power box pipe. But again, before we do that, let us also do one more thing. Another major source of leak is your intake manifold. So this is what your intake manifold is, and further, in front of this you have your reed valves. So since this is rubber, it has a tendency to crack and it can cause vacuum leaks. And yeah, so make sure that your intake manifold is fine, or you have to replace this. So but for now, let us go back in installing the power box. Since my intake manifold is pretty new, not even a few months old, and there are no leakages here, so I think we can go ahead and install this power box pipe, and we should be done with the power box pipe side of things. So let's do it. So before installing this power box pipe, you have to put the spring, you have to put the power box pipe into the spring, and you got those two clamps, right? So you have to compress the spring and put the two clamps in each ends. This will help you to insert the power box pipe and secure it tightly, so there won't be any more vacuum leaks. So let us go do that now. So now we've installed both the clamps along with the spring cover. So now let's start with the work of inserting the first portion. It doesn't matter which way you orient it, both ways will work fine. This is just a pipe. So let us first install this side and then we'll install the upper side. So as you guys can see, you can roll it so that it will go inside easily. Alright. Make sure to keep the clamp outwards. Don't do like that old guy's stupid mechanic. So make sure you keep the clamp outwards so that it will be easy for you to remove in case if you find any problems next time. I hope you don't, but yeah, anyways. Now that we've installed this place securely, let us loosen this clip and then bring it down. So if you're finding it difficult like me, what you guys can do is you can use a screwdriver with a flat head, not a star, my bad, sorry. With a flat head, you can go to other side and you can keep this on the clamp, and while you're using this to loosen up the clamp, you can push this down so that it will go down and get secured properly. So let me do that now. This is going to be a tough job, but let me do it. Make sure you do not tear the rubber up, otherwise you have to replace the rubber one more time. It's not the best thing to do again. So as you guys can see, this has went in very well. Now let us install the upper side and we'll be done for now. Alright, the upper side is up. Let us let us push up this clamp. So loosen it up and then just push it in. So just wiggle it left and right so it will go and sit properly. Don't wiggle it out too much or you risk taking it out, so don't do that either. So you guys won't be able to see it, but this plastic mouth and this pipe, the section where it meets, that's where this clamp should be in position. So what this does is it tightens the grip so that there won't be any air leaks here. So that's how it basically works, and it works brilliantly actually. So now we've installed the power box back, we've installed two new clamps, we've installed a new power box pipe, and we've installed a spring cover. So did replacing this power box pipe, clamps and stuff solve my problem of vacuum leaks? Let us check it out. Unfortunately, no, it did not fix my problem. So my next belief is that it has to do with the carburetor. So that video will be coming soon. That's it for this job, and that's it for this video, guys. I hope you found this video useful, and I hope this fixes your power box and pipe leakage problems. If you did find this video useful, please do leave a like below. Please do comment your suggestions, video requests. I shall put my best efforts to do it. So thanks for watching, guys. Keep the blue smoke alive. Do like, comment, share and subscribe to the channel.